Okay, so now that I had to restart this twice, and now just verified that it is in fact working. Like I said earlier, I basically just decided that I'm gonna start a podcast, talk about random things I like, and I am already getting invaded because for the last 5 minutes I have done nothing. I kind of need you to send troops because they're already gonna attack me and I have done nothing. But yeah, so my whole plan on this was, thank you, that's
What
gonna,
color are you?
I am red. I'm over here with these one Marines. So my whole plan for this was, I must start a podcast and I'll just talk about things I like, hang out with my friends. So this is my first video. And now I do warn you about two things. One, the only people that that I know that have been to my channel are A, old friends of mine, and B, my cousins. Which is, as weird as that is, it's very nice. It's something to talk about. So I ask that you be careful with what you say. But then again, they're more exposed to things than I am, so I'm the sensitive one here. Okay. They're
Fair enough, I
hard.
suppose.
Yeah, they're hardcore. Okay, so yeah, so that is my entire idea. I would just start recording a game, and then I would just spend like an hour or 30 minutes just talking about things I would like to talk about. And to be fair, I guess since we're playing Halo Wars, I guess the first thing we can talk about is, what do you think of Halo? Like the world it is? Because
Dude, it depends because there's two Halos, really, the way I see it. There's 343's Halo, and then there's Bungie's Halo.
okay,
And I feel like they're fundamentally different.
okay, before you go into that, I do mean lore-wise, because I do not care about the gameplay. For me, they play the same, I don't care. And
We'll
I
see.
mean lore-wise.
Story's the same as well, or I mean, not the same as well. Is what I'm saying.
No,
It's
no,
quite
because
because like
okay, so here's what I mean. What I mean is because in the Halo universe, like, it's very, for me at least personally, it's kind of very hard to know what is canon and whatnot, because anybody can just write a book about Halo.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it just depends. Like if your experience of Halo lore is only playing the games, you've not seen any of the books, the movies, or anything like that, comic books,
I think
none of that.
I think the only
I
good
agree.
movie to see about Halo would be Halo Legends. That one's okay.
Yeah, I mean there was one with Spartan Locke in it, but nobody likes Spartan Locke, so
The only one I ever saw that I truly liked the most was Halo Legends. Mostly because, like, there's a lot of, like, deep stories, and there's so many different art styles and animations to it too.
yeah, I agree. I agree. But to answer your question, it's one of my favorite worlds to really pursue a narrative in because one of the first games I played was Halo Combat Evolved on computer when I was 5.
Damn, how the fuck are you gonna play a game when you're 5?
Pretty good. I mean, I played Ocarina of Time when I was 5, and I couldn't read. I knew that game doesn't really have voice acting.
To be fair, it's a very linear game too. I think Ocarina of Time was,
Actually, I struggled. I got through Halo before I ever finished Ocarina of Time.
well, to be fair, Halo was also very linear.
Yeah, I would give you waypoints to tell you where to go.
Yeah,
Ocarina of Time would not.
it was very beginner friendly.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
here's my big brain move right now. Seeing as I have
Uh-huh.
not started anything, I'm just gonna make a bunch of military. And first, this guy took my little mini base, so I'm gonna take it back, and then I'm just gonna send my military troops. I have a lot of
Are you gonna?
supplies.
Did you just get power?
Yes, are you sending me power?
Did I answer your question?
No, I haven't received anything.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess I just sent several thousand supplies to the wrong person then.
Wow, look in the bright side, he will not let you die.
Well, let's hope not.
Look in the bad side, I will let you die. Okay, so I started my mini base. More than likely gonna get attacked first.
That was painful. Hey, he said Warhogs. Yay.
Yeah, but
No,
like,
I had a very painful sneeze just then. Ugh.
okay, before we continue, back to Halo real quick. I really like the Halo universe, but it's really like the more I grew up, the more I realized like the Spartans, as cool as they are, they're really fucked up. Like the actual process and how they made them and the story they give them is like
See that depends. Like Spartan ones, not that fucked up in my opinion.
no,
Because there were
because
normal
Spartan
soldiers
was,
that volunteered.
yeah, they were volunteers, but I mean Spartan, what was it, 2 or 3? The ones where they would just kidnap children.
Oh, that's Spartan twos. Yeah, I do believe that was Spartan twos.
Yeah, and like they would just kidnap
Threes.
children and replace them.
Yeah, yeah, and then they replaced them with clones that were already. The clones were designed with medical issues so that they would die fairly after they were implemented into society. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like it was this whole thing of, at least for me personally, it was just a realization that Spartan 2s are really fucked up, and like it became like that little gritty
yeah.
version of
Even-
war, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like look at John. He sees his tormentors, torturer, Halsey, for example, as his own mother because he was taken from his parents and just has no memory of them. All he remembers is Halsey. But
Yeah,
that's a lot of Spartan twos, though.
yeah, but I don't think Master Chief was Spartan 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
No.
If you Google it, it says he's Spartan 2, just like Kelly.
I thought he was
'Cause
Spartan
Kelly-
1.
In Legends, it says that him and Kelly was in the same course.
Well, to be fair,
the game was
like
created
in,
by him.
as far
I'm
as
sure.
I know, Legends is like 50-50. Like, there's people that complain that it's canon, there's people that it's not, and to be
I
honest,
mean,
I don't
Speed
really
Force
care.
Recent is canon. That's all I need, my guy.
That's fair. But like, as far as like campaigns or like story ones go, I played all the Master Chief collection, and I played most of the Halos, and I gotta say that Reach, ODST, and Halo Wars 1 is my favorite so far.
My favorites are iffy. I would say that simultaneously my favorite and least favorite Halo game in the franchise is Halo 4.
I don't like Halo 4.
Well, see, I like it because it's a massive improvement over what Halo was before. So from Halo 3 to 4, I feel like there was a lot of improvements. But at the same time, like, the plot is just a lot more over the top and wacky. Like, before Halo 4, I feel like Halo was a pretty down-to-earth game compared to everything. And now you get a bunch of, like, ancient aliens that are also robots now involved into the story, and technically Master
Yeah,
Chief
it
isn't
changed.
even human because his DNA comes in part from the antagonist of that game,
It
according to
came-
the librarian.
Yeah, so
So he's
basically,
technically
it's
only partially human.
as far as I remember, I think I prefer the story in the first 3 games because it went from, okay, we have an alien threat, which is very clearly defined as the Covenant, and then it went from the Covenant to the Flood,
Yeah,
and through
that's
that,
where-
like they stopped the war, right? They like came into equal
Yeah.
grounds, and they decided, yeah, we need to work on this together.
yeah, that's,
And then,
that's
like-
where I was gonna go next. Because my second favorite is actually Halo 3, because the entire aesthetic of the Flood and how they spread and everything, although overpowered and ridiculous, because all you gotta do is breathe in their spores, is amazing to me. Because it was a way of making the game a little more eerie for the adult audience and implementing, like zombies, but not.
To be fair, it's very Dead Space like. The
Yeah,
whole
but
spore
it
thing, but it's
predates
good.
Dead Space, is it not, though?
Yes, it does. I'm not. I actually don't. I can't.
I don't know. I don't
wanna-
know.
I don't want to fact check that because I'm
Yeah,
not really
I'll
sure.
give it 50-50,
I actually want to look that up now because like,
Yeah, yeah.
as far as good as it is, there is some flaws. Like, I love
Yeah.
the game. I love like the whole world building of it.
I
But
like.
I did have some trouble. Like, the one gripe I have is that we didn't spend enough time in the Covenant world, because
I agree. I like that they allow you to see anything from the Arbiter's side at all, and how they're implementing that aspect of it.
Yeah, I really like that
And
because it
they're
really,
humanizing them, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
They're humanizing them.
they went from being the main antagonist to being just like these mind controlled
Yeah,
puppets, you know, like,
they're taken advantage of.
oh shit, I think I might lose this base. It's both of their armies right now. And I can't even
I
hijack their vehicles.
doubt you would lose the space.
They're using cloak and I don't have anything to fight. Oh, you little minions are here.
Yeah, I was just buying time for the most part.
It's fine, it's fine. You're buying great. I don't have any. I always get the passive abilities first. So I don't have many things. Wow, your little grubs really made them run away really quickly.
Yeah, dude. Like, seriously, look at their animations. That's where they don't have guns. That's where they just throw rocks and hit people.
I'm positive they do. I'm gonna get sentinel beacons, so at least I can defend myself with siege turrets for now. Okay, so back to the topic. I think the worst antagonist in Halo,
Worst antagonist?
because like there's various layers of antagonists, you know, because
Yeah.
I don't like the new one where it's the infighting, I guess I would call it, or like
Oh
that's how I
god,
see
I'm
it.
gonna lose base.
You're gonna lose your base. Oh shit! I did not even see that. Go send your little grubs. I can defend this base.
I am.
Are they gonna reach there in time? I don't have anything to drop.
I don't think they will, but I'm certainly gonna try.
Send them to your base and let me start making troops for you. But yeah, like what I mean is like this new one. It seems like, from what I remember at least, because I don't remember a lot of it. I remember that it was mainly about like the illegal activities they did during the Covenant War. You know, and
Oh, Halo 5, is that what you're talking about?
I think it is, right? The one where they're just like trying to like justify the war crimes or whatever, but like
Yes, but it's in passing. Like, for example, there's a scene where you're helping the Swordsman and Helios, so that are the elites on the Elite homeworld, because there's currently a schism. There is a civil war between Covenant elites and the rest of the Covenant.
yes,
And
but that's with the
you're
Covenant. I mean with the humans. The Covenant ones are, well, very
yeah,
much
yeah,
justified, you know, like because you
right.
see that from the point of view.
There's more to that though. There's lore you can find that shows how Oni planned on poisoning all of the grain crops of the elites. That is to say,
Yeah, there
at
was,
any point,
yeah,
if they
like
became unuseful, they were going to poison and kill all of the elites on the elite home planet. Is what I'm saying.
yeah,
And that's like
that was
clearly
the
illegal.
that was the whole point of them siding with the UNSC, because like they were no longer needed, you know. That's why they followed the Arbiter, because the Arbiter was the best of the elites, or at least shunned by the Guardian. I don't remember what they were called. Guardians.
Prophets.
Hmm?
Prophets.
The prophets,
The
right?
leaders of the Covenants were called prophets. Yeah.
Yes, they were the little religious people that float
Yeah,
around.
because they taught the lie that was
The Great Passing or something like that.
yeah, the journey.
The journey.
Yeah, because it was all about the Forerunners technology.
Are they attacking you?
They already destroyed one of my bases, but currently no.
Okay, I'm building some Kodiaks to send over to your base so I can at least help out a little bit. And then I made some Warhogs to help you out. There's a base here that my siege turrets are just wrecking right now. I'm gonna make 2 more
Did you get
Kodiaks.
that?
Yes, I got them. Yeah, but like as far as games go, I don't think there's a story that is as remembered as, yes, I see them, as remembered as Halo, you know. But then again, like, because I was thinking about like how long like the stories stick with people, because I remember a few years ago I was playing Life is Strange. You remember that game?
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, I've never really played it, but yeah.
you're the yellow one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing my troops already. Yeah, I remember Life is Strange, and I remember like how the story was like very
Oh, God.
mind-blowing to me, at least. But like at the same time, it died out very quickly because I remember I was
Right.
looking at the store and there was like Life is Strange 2, and I didn't even want to play it, you know? I think I was just already satisfied with the first one that I didn't really want to even play the next one. And it really got me thinking of like how come some games are just like last longer in memories than others, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. What is a game that really stuck with me?
To me, it was To the Moon.
For the plot, not for the gameplay.
For me, To the Moon.
Huh?
To the Moon, you never heard of that game?
No. No.
Oh my god. I would tell
Oh,
you
I
about
got
the
one.
game, but I recommend it.
So I might get some flack for this, but my favorite franchise on this planet is Mass Effect.
I like Mass Effect. I
Well,
don't
see,
like the drama.
I played every entry. Of course, nobody likes Andromeda, but that's because the game was broken and buggy.
Yeah.
The lead designer was not the same person from the trilogy. They had gotten rid of him and everything, so it was a completely different, like, head team behind it all. But just the trilogy itself, including the third game, I quite enjoy. It just feels a lot more alive to me than Dragon Age, which I understand in Dragon Age you can chalk it up to why it doesn't feel as good to me. The fact that it's, you know, it's kind of a medieval high fantasy game. You're on the forefront, especially in Inquisition.
To be
So
fair,
you're
I've
just
never
lot
played a
less
Dragon Age
characters,
game.
but- You what Dragon Age?
I never played a game of Dragon Age.
Oh wow. So obviously then you are aware that Dragon Age is the sister project to Mass Effect.
No, I thought it was more like Final Fantasy, like very RPG, like.
Nope, it's literally Mass Effect, but it's a high fantasy game. So you don't have assault rifles and all that, and you don't have biotics, you have magic.
Well, to be fair, like at least we've talked about this, that I don't really care for first-person shooters. Like as far as shooting goes, like
It's third.
I'm more of a story. Oh my god, what happened to my codec? You had one job.
Yeah, no, it's third person, and it definitely has a story. Like a lot of people didn't seem to like it, but I thoroughly enjoyed the story to Dragon Age Inquisition. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Dragon Age?
Yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah.
Oh, dude, speaking of Dragon Age, I have Dragon Age.
You just said you've never played Dragon Age.
Honestly, for a moment, I thought you said Dragon Quest. That's why I was like high fantasy. I'm like,
Boy.
you know
How dare
Dragon
you.
Quest? You know which one I'm talking about?
No, I do not. It sounds familiar though.
It's a game for the Switch, I believe, of Nintendo. That's why I thought like you were talking about that one, but no, I see that. I was the one confused in which game we were talking about.
Right.
No, I have Dragon Age. I played. My favorite one is the second one because I'm gonna be honest, it's the only one I played.
I don't like the second one. The plot between the
sucks.
first one and the
It
third
sucks.
one is just more in depth to me. Like the second one is okay. Well, you fled your homeland, your country. It's gone. Don't worry about it. Now what? That's literally the entire plot. Is you're trying to make a place for yourself
Yeah,
in a
but
land
like,
that doesn't make you care about.
yeah, but the thing about me is that I remember playing the first Dragon Quest, and it was about like the
Well, just Dragon Age. I mean, yeah. So Dragon Age 2 specifically.
yeah, the
What
Dragon Age. I remember I played the one where it's like talking about you joining these people, which like with this black blood or demon blood or something like that.
What?
It was like
That-
about this Templar order or something like that.
There's what?
About Dragon Age. It was about like. I only played the first part because
In
I
Dragon
lost
Age
interest.
2, your homeland gets acquired with the Dark Spawn, which are like demonic, like zombie-like.
Yes, I played the first
motherfuckers.
one then. The one where
Yeah.
like you get recruited by these like Templar people or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like the first one.
Yeah,
The
like
first one, you're in that country, you're an ancestor of your main character. The second game, you're fighting the same country. And you have to, like, pick who rules a certain area after you save it and blah, blah, blah. You're trying to survive in a country amidst a gigantic crisis.
yeah, it's that one. But like to be fair, like I never liked those games for their writing. It was just kind of like messing
Dragon
around.
Age to me always seemed like it was written a lot worse than Mass Effect.
Yes, definitely. Honestly, Mass Effect, by all the
Like Mass Effect
all
2
the
was
gripes I have
good.
about it, it's a very good game. But the one thing I hated about Mass Effect is that how easy it was not to be able to have, at least for me, it was the Paragon. You know, like I always try to have like the most positive instead of the most negative, which to me, like it really didn't
Yeah.
change much in the game. I'm not even sure why I did it, but that ruined the game a bit for me. You know,
Yeah,
like
well, see, my issue with Paragon and Renegade. Renegade wasn't even like evil; it was just jackass.
yeah, most of the time, and like there were some renegade actions that were actually good for you. You know, like
Yeah,
sabotaging their ships. Like, why would that be a bad
yeah,
action? You know, like these people are gonna try to kill you in like 5 minutes. Like, if I wanna hinder them so I can survive, like, why is that a bad action on me?
right. Well, see, I think it is the context of the situation. So you don't know who Archangel is. You don't know that it's Garrett Ricard, a character that Commander Shepard has known. More so is you just know it's a vigilante that
It's a
goes
good.
after
That's a
several
good
mercenary groups
sniper.
just because they're mercenary groups. I mean, you can argue if it's your friends that you're trying to save, then yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
probably a
regardless, the mission
good
had
action.
it set it up like saying like, okay, you need to recruit this guy. More like,
Yeah.
okay, so he's already gonna be an ally, whether he's good or bad, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sets it up like you can fuck up getting it, but you can't. It's a master game. You can't. Well, you can't not get the recruit. That said, Mass Effect 1, you can just choose not to recruit people, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like Garrett, for example, like you actually had the option to just not recruit him. You don't
Yeah.
get anything for not recruiting him, except for you get one less person to help you.
Yeah, but it was that Mass Effect, like, it was just really hell bent on just
Right.
being very specific. Like, oh, you need to get these people, and you need to know exactly why you need them on the ship. And you know that's kind of okay, but it's not very good. You know, story.
I agree. It has room for improvement. My favorite one, I think, is probably Mass Effect 2.
Funny enough, my favorite part about the Mass Effect was getting the
Yeah.
pets. Just having like that aquarium that you can just fill out whenever you're bored.
I could see that because like it kind of it makes it feel like you've been on a journey, I guess.
Yeah, like
'Cause you get the tank at the beginning, there's no fish in it, and then by the end, it's full of fish.
yeah, it was that whole thing of like you basically making the ship your own. You know, it's like that little
Yeah.
customizable. Like
Oh,
now you
did
want to
you
save the
know?
ship.
In Mass Effect 3, that there's a pet mouse you can get.
I know there's a gerbil or like a hamster.
Yeah, it's a space hamster, I think. But it crawls around the bottom of the ship. You gotta catch it.
Really?
Yeah, that might be Mass Effect 2, but
I
in one of
only
the
played Mass
there's a
Effect.
space hamster that crawls around the bottom of the ship. You can only see it at a very small prompt to pick it up. But if you know where to look and you go, you pick it up. When you go back up to your captain's cabin, it'll be there in your room.
All right, I'm gonna start an attack on these guys. But yeah, like Mass Effect. It's funny how Mass Effect and Halo are like set in a very futuristic like way, but have like so very different takes on how it would be. You know?
I agree. Like that's one of the things I like about Mass Effect over Halo is Mass Effect just feels more alive. It feels like a very realistic world.
Yeah, like because there's problems with all races of like
Yeah,
racism and stuff like
you
that.
see very human things. You see despair. You see happiness. You see even things like racism. Like in Mass Effect 2, there's a scene where there's a Volus merchant who's accusing a Quarian from robbing him just because she's a Quarian.
Yeah, and then there's one that
Very down-to-earth issue of racism.
and then there's one where like at least for me, one of the scenes I like the most is when you can either take that guy with you to interrogate him, or you can send him to get help. It was just like, yeah, well, governments would clearly have like an issue with that because this is their citizen. You know, like of course they
Yeah.
want to take them and treat them, even if it's like valuable information. Is it doesn't seem worth it. At least for me, like I never kept them, because it seemed like it didn't seem worth it to start like a war over these people. You know,
Yeah.
like I had other things to deal with than political matters.
So, my favorite ones, I think, definitely Mass Effect 2. 3, I like better for the gameplay and the combat because it was just blatantly better. But for story and stuff, I'm gonna have to say 2. Because A, the game starts off in a really backwards ass way with the main character and the crew and the ship going up in flames, which is the last thing you expect at the beginning of the game.
Did you know that Yap Yap already destroyed all their bases?
You mean me? I'm Yap Yap.
You're the orange?
No, I'm yellow.
Our orange person just destroyed their entire bases.
Fine.
I was not aware of this. I was too busy talking about like
We're too busy yapping, my guy. Yap.
yeah, like, but yeah, it's that entire thing. Like, I honestly, if I had to pick a world, I think I'd prefer Mass Effect world.
Well, see, like, here's what I'm saying. Like, even in the final mission, there are so many different outcomes. For example, say this character lives, or these ones die, or there's even an ending that so few people have seen it makes me sick. It's where literally everybody dies. In that ending, even Shepard dies.
To be fair,
What happened?
I never wanted that ending. Like, I always tried my best to like keep them all alive.
Yeah,
But
most
if
people
I'm
do.
being honest,
Nobody knows it's a thing though.
I would have killed that mercenary DLC, dude. By the way, you're still in the game. That
No,
mercenary
I'm not.
DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that mercenary DLC, dude. You know which one I mean?
Yeah. I've never got him, but I know of him. Yes.
Dude, I hated him. Because like his missions are all renegade options if you want to be on his good side. Meaning, like, if you want to have more Paragon, or like have that 100% Paragon at the end, you can't, because all his decisions for him to be on your side are renegade. And if you do the renegade, no matter what station you put him in, he doesn't like you.
Makes sense. But no, like in that final scene, it literally ends. If you get that ending, the game ends with Joker holding on to, because there's that scene at the end where you go to make that jump, and you're supposed to narrowly land on the Normandy. Well, it's the only time you see Joker ever fire a gun.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he is the pilot.
Yeah, but I mean, like, actually fire an assault rifle. I mean, it makes sense why, because his Seth Green embodiment there. He's bone disorder and all. You can argue the recoil of a gun would shatter his bones, but no, the point is, in that scene, he grabs you by the arm, and he struggles to pull you up because of his injuries and stuff. And he says, "I'm sorry, Shepard, I'm gonna have to let go." And he's like, "Yes, do it. Tell the council, tell them they're counting blah blah blah, and you fall to your death." That's very dramatic. And then the last thing you see is Joker hesitantly getting back into the ship and flying away. It's narrated by Joker at the end. It's quite enjoyable because I like the scenes.
I'm sorry, Shepard. I'm a cripple.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm sorry, Shepard. I missed lift. Was the lift day? I don't even lift, Shepard.
But
The one thing I don't like about like that Mass Effect is that I really don't like some of the interactions you have with like, it doesn't feel like any of the team members actually talk to each other.
yeah, like Grunt. There's like in Mass Effect 2, there's no interaction of Grunt to anybody.
Yeah,
You
like,
comment on certain characters like Garrus, because Turians, but that's it. Like, you think there'd be an interesting way for him to like have a conversation with Morton Solid, for example. seeing as he's a scientist, he was, was created by another scientist, that being a Krogan scientist in a tank. But no, there's no interaction there, none.
It's like, and it's not even that. It's that like, I remember
Even
I saw that in a game. There was like these people who like if you have a squad, they will talk to each other while they're in your party. You know, like
I mean, Mass Effect does do that in the world, like in the open world a bit, but it's not much. It did it more in Mass Effect 1, in my opinion. 3 had a bit.
yeah, but like
Still
what the conversations they have kind of sucks because they're like
They're like one-liners. Yeah.
yeah, they're like 2 sentence conversations, one and one, and that's it. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
agree.
like it's not like they're chatting about like
It's
their
not
differences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not above writing. That's what I mean.
Right. There's one good interaction in 2 as well that I really liked. And it's real obscure. I didn't even know it was a thing for the longest time. If you take Legion on Tally's loyalty mission, you get a really cool, in-depth, long, like animated, like scene where the migrant fleet thinks that this is an attack, and that Shepard and Cerberus is betraying the migrant fleet, and they meet you with armed guards that are trying to kill Legion at the door. And you can resolve the issue if you got a Paragon or Renegade fairly easily. But the Paragon resolution was you pretty much tell them, I'm here to represent a member of my crew, Telly Zorvas, Nima, and Legion, this Geth unit, you so call it.
Oh, it's that
individual
Geth.
is also a member of my crew all the same. And so to attack him is to also attack a member of the migrant fleet. And then they back off. And like every just about every NPC on the entire like ship comments on it. It's not just like in that one animated scene. Even when you go to do the trial for Tally and her loyalty mission, they comment on it and say that this is clearly proof of your allegiance with the Geth. There is a Geth unit on the crew. And it makes a huge thing out of it. Mind you, you would not normally take Legion on Tally's mission, because you get Tally's mission
You get
way
Tally's
before
mission
this.
first.
You get her mission like 3 or 4 missions beforehand.
Yeah, so how would you even be able to do that?
Because you get her mission is the last loyalty mission you get before the end of the game. After you get hers, it wants you to go get the Reaper IFF. Once you go get the Reaper IFF, and it doesn't actually explain this well or really tell you it, you can still do loyalty missions after you get the Reaper IFF. Because you only get Legion after you get the Reaper IFF, and you still can do his loyalty mission afterwards. It's just the game, the way it's designed, leads you to believe you won't be able to do any after the Reaper IFF. And then
Yeah, they even
kind
tell
of
you
pushes you
like
towards getting it done ahead of time.
yeah, like they try to force you into like finishing all of it. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
know.
it never tells you that it's the end, because you don't even get Legion until the mission where you get the Reaper IFF. That's when you're done building your crew after that point. That's the time where you really need to start doing all the loyalty missions. And so if you wait and do Tally's last and bring Legion with you, it's a real obscure, really awarding thing. Like I never knew you could do it until I was sitting there one day bored as hell when the internet was out, and I was like just experimenting. And I was like, I wonder what would happen if I took Legion to Tally's mission.
And that's
And
when the
then-
game theories
that's
broke
right,
into
yeah.
your house, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing, man?"
Yeah, sounds about right.
MadPat broke in your doors, and like, "That's my theory to break," and then he stabbed you, right?
Yeah. Darn right.
So yeah, I try to take this mini base over here, but I think I'm just gonna let those ones die. And just let them go gently into that good night. Yeah, because they really don't want me to take their mini base. I really don't like this map in general. It's a very bad map.
It's too complicated.
It's not too complicated. It sucks because the person in the middle is gonna take the. Why the hell is this person pinging me? I'm gonna go take that base nonetheless. It wasn't an option, dude. Like, I will kill you for it. But anyway, yeah, like Mass Effect has a lot of like little hidden things, which granted is fine. You know, like it's good to have like little secrets and Easter eggs. But at the same time, like I feel that would have been way better if it was just part of the story. You know, like if you were more aware of these interactions, I think the game would be a lot better.
Right.
Kind of like Fallout 4. I don't like Fallout 4. Like it's fun to just like
Ooh.
go around and shoot stuff.
Speaking of memorable games, you mentioned Fallout. That reminded me a lot of Metro. Did you ever play any of the Metro games?
I played Metro. I think I just played the original Metro.
Metro 2066, I believe.
Yes, I played that one. I didn't play the Exodus and I didn't play any of the other ones, but I really wanted to. Exodus or
Yes. Do you know why it's called Exodus?
I think it's because like it's like the process of the world healing or something like that.
No, it's the first time in the entire Metro universe you ever get to look outside of the Metro Underground. That is to say, the
That's not
underground
true.
metro system of Moscow, Russia.
Oh, the Moscow, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
like it's
in
like
Metro-
90% of the game takes place outside of Moscow and outside of the underground.
Well, to be fair, I do believe Metro 23 something.
2063, yeah.
Yeah, that one, like, it was like 50% where you would just be in, like...
Okay,
It was
so-
50-50 because the whole point was that, you drop a nuke, basically. Like, that's how I like to summarize it. But I love that
Yeah,
Metro World so much because it's like... Holy shit, I really had nothing to help this guy with.
Yeah, I have only one base left.
Is that you, Yellow?
Yeah, I'm yellow. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna make 15, like, units to take over this base for you. But yeah,
But
like,
do you realize that the entire Metro universe and all of the games subsequently are based off of a book series?
yes, I knew it was based on a book series, but I never bothered reading it because I kind of
want to because like the narrative is so fucking good.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, my favorite part is that it made post-apocalypse a bit better than what I thought it would be. And I mean, story-wise, I thought it would just, like, it really painted, like, it made you doubt your actions a lot of the time. It made you think, it made you doubt, like, if you were sane or not, and I need someone to help. Oh, no, these are my friends. Never mind.
Like Metro Last Light, there's a part of the game that doesn't really explain that well, in my opinion. So when you're in combat, right? You can grapple somebody, and you can do it a lot of times when you're sneaking. It'll give you an option to take down an enemy. It'll give you two options, and like I said, it doesn't really explain it well, so you don't often think about it. But depending on how you take them out, whether you execute them or knock them out, doesn't matter. Because apparently there's 2 or 3 different endings in the game that depend on how many people you kill. I did not know that.
Well, it seems on par with what something Metro would do, honestly. It does sound like something they would plan to do.
Right. But, yeah, no. I like it because it's a very surreal and dark game. But, like, for example, one of the banding DLCs for Metro Exodus. I don't know if they've said anything about it recently or anything about it, but it was planned to be a DLC for the game. Because if you remember the games that well, you would know that on the little team they have, that one of the soldiers was American. He was an American POW.
Yes.
And one of the Russians grabbed him and pulled him into the Metro system as he realized that the nukes were dropping. Even though he was his enemy, he did not want him to die. He showed mercy upon him because he is human.
Like I think that was the main point of the Metro. Because at the very end, like, you start to realize that maybe these creatures on the outside were just mutated humans, remember?
Did you play Last Light at all?
No,
Metro Last
I don't think so.
In Metro Last Light, it shows that they are the very reason that the bombs dropped. Because they were taking over the world, and they're not even human, that they're extraterrestrials.
Oh no, I played the one before that where, like, it's hinting like, oh, these might be humans, you know?
Yeah. No, like, the story for it gets much more over the top. Like, it starts to delve into, like, into, like, the supernatural and stuff. To the point you can't even deny that this is happening. And this is real.
Yeah,
And like it gets way over the top. I can't express it. Like, it gets to the point where one of these things starts showing you the past of your father and stuff, and how he was in the war before the bombs dropped. You get to see it, like, firsthand as it unravels in front of you. You're not going back in time. You're just seeing things that happened in the past.
you know, like, we were talking about so good about Metro, and all of a sudden it just became really weird.
Oh.
Yeah, because we were talking, like, how the story was, like, very in depth, you know. It was, like, really about being human.
Like, they pulled off in a way that's really good, I feel, because I feel like it's easy to make that weird and disturbing, but they do it in such a way that it feels normal.
I'm getting attacked, but why on this base?
And like, how to explain this? They have a skill with the way that they've designed it, because, like, it feels very dark and surreal yet possible, I suppose. Like, nothing is, like, ridiculous or over the top in this game, like, say, a similar franchise like Fallout. Fallout, I never get the feeling that this world could exist, that this could happen, because the setting it takes place in.
You know, the thing about Fallout is that it's really...
It has its own charm and it's fun, but it doesn't feel like a world that could exist.
It does sound... It does have its own charm, and it's very, like, in-depth in, like, the charm it has. But
lighthearted would be a word I would use.
It never feels real. It does... Oh my god. Can you defend that for me? Can you put, like, one troop up there? Because they're gonna destroy that.
I don't know. You're talking about this mini base? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that mini base. They're gonna destroy it because they keep attacking. No, but yeah, like, Fallout does have its own, like, little charm, but it never feels real. It always feels exactly like a game.
Like Metro, the world feels like it's living and breathing, and maybe that's part of with how much they put into the characters to make the characters feel good and interesting and alive. Or maybe it's the fact that everything wants to kill you on the surface. Who knows?
It's really just the Metro really has its way of, like, showing you, like, this world is no fucking joke, especially with shit. Well, there goes my little grunts. With the hardships, really, like, because they don't pull back punches. Like, it's very easy to die in Metro, especially if you play like in regular difficulty, and it just
breathe too long and you die. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's just really that realism that adds to the charm of it, you know? But Fallout has this charm of, like, yeah, go step into that radiation, you'll fucking live no matter what. Just inject yourself with enough of these and you should be fine, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it kind of holds your hand a bit more.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like it's a struggle to survive in the world, it just kind of happens.
Yeah, like, the funnest version of Fallout I played was Fallout New Vegas with, like, hardcore difficulty, because you had to drink, you had to do so much stuff.
That's what I wanted Fallout 76 to be, my guy. I wanted that, but fucking co-op.
Everybody wanted that, but, like, it's not that. I think they made it into Battle Royale recently as well.
They added a Battle Royale game mode to it.
Okay, I need your
help. Like, they didn't change the base game, they just added that on top of it. What?
Yeah, but it's just like I remember like it's just one false promise after another with that game because it went from like we're never gonna make this pay to win, you're never gonna have to pay for things that you need, right? And then it all of a sudden just went into like, hey, so you know your weapons that get destroyed and you need repaired? Yeah,
Yeah, but
you can now
that really
buy them.
isn't pay to win though, because nobody does PvP in that game.
No, like yeah, they really fucked that up a bit. Don't like they because
But
I get it. It's like for you to survive with other people, but it's really I feel like they should have made like different types of servers. You know, like a PvE and then a PvP. Like if you just want to go in there and try to
they had a
survive.
game mode that motivated everybody to do PvP. There was a literal scoreboard that was on the map at any given moment that showed the player that had the highest score. That they got scored a variety of ways,
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
including killing other players and surviving the longest. The main thing was surviving the longest, and it motivated you to go and do PvP. And PvP was popular in that game mode, but they removed it. They said it wasn't popular enough. I felt like it was more popular than the vanilla game, and they removed it. They said it was in beta to begin with, and never left beta, and that nobody played it, and they took it away.
I feel like the
Why?
problem is the balancing. I feel like they probably just had issues balancing it. So instead of like going through that effort of figuring out the perfect way to balance it, they just
Then why make a literal battle royale to balance how the fighting works, my guy?
because I figured they think like, oh, let's make a battle royale. It doesn't have to be balanced. It just has to be Fallout themed, and like it will sell. You know, and the sad part is, it did kind of sell, which is not a good thing.
See, before they got rid of it, though, that game mode, they had changed it. They said that people didn't want to play it if they were punished for surviving. Because the way the actual scoreboard worked is the player that had been alive the longest would be number one on the scoreboard. And by the way, number one on the scoreboard, I didn't mention this, his location was constantly showed to everybody on the map.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a brief pause. All right.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back after these short messages from a non-existent sponsor. Okay, we're back. So what's up?
How much?
Okay, so we were talking about like Fallout, and honestly, I think the biggest issue I have with Fallout is that I kind of feel like they're rushing incomplete games way fast. Like, yeah, they're just rushing incomplete games and trying to sell it.
That's not Fallout. That's just Bethesda. Do you know the last Bethesda game I thoroughly enjoyed? That was properly made by Bethesda?
Not a single game I know.
Oblivion.
Oblivion had its own charm. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it had some bugs, but it played. It was functional. The one thing about that game that I did not like there was nothing game breaking. Like Skyrim, day one, you fall through the fucking map and you play it. But no, the only thing I did not like about Oblivion is that they felt like it wasn't selling well, and that they needed to find more ways to squeeze money out of it, and so they invented the literal fucking DLC because they started to sell Force Armor, you know.
I think
the only thing I don't like about Oblivion.
I think EA and Bethesda are really the ones going ham with the DLCs and add-on things you can buy, and it's really annoying.
That said, these days I feel like most of Bethesda's DLCs are worth it. Like, go to Fallout 4, you know, like Far Harbor and stuff. That's kind of worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, but like, I get it. Like, you have to prolong a game's lifespan, but like, to be honest,
I mean, like, there's still something worth the money, yeah. But if it's Fallout 76, where I'm having to buy atoms that are like, you know, I go spend, let's say, the fact that the atoms are like directly equivalent to real money, you know, and so they're making me go spend money to get atoms, and then I might be spending, let's say, 650 atoms on a decorative fridge in game. So that's 650 atoms will get me about $6.50. So I'm spending nearly $7 right there on a fridge in a game.
The thing about it's kind of like, if I'm being honest, I like some of the games EA makes. They just have like bad rep. Like, to be honest, like, I like The Sims. I like playing The Sims. I'm just not gonna pay for that DLC. Like $20. Do you know they have a DLC for a DLC?
No.
You can. There's a pets DLC you can buy for $30.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And then
That was
within
pet-
that, yeah, and then within that DLC, they added a DLC where you can get hamsters for $10, right? But you can't buy that alone because you need the first DLC, meaning you have to waste the $40 if you just want hamsters. Like, you can't have it separately. Also, it was a stupid idea to make a super troop and not any army to go with it. But yeah, like, to be fair, I don't like DLCs in general. I feel like it doesn't feel like a game's ever complete, especially with like DLC and stuff. Like, there's certain games that I don't mind, such as Borderlands, or like games where like it's not story based. It's just to have a good time.
Right.
Like
That's what I mean. Like with Metro Exodus, right? That character, that American POW I mentioned, there's an entire expansion to the game. It's a DLC by every means, but it's a new story that's about him returning to America. It's the first time in the franchise that you get to see, outside of Russia, because it's him returning to America. They even tease this in the game itself, because there's scenes where you'll see like an American flag and they'll comment because how nobody has seen America since the war, and then they just assume it's been wiped off the map. While others say that it's a perfect utopia. And there is some racism and some stigma there because they were the enemy, that they kind of caused Russia to be the way it is. But at the same time, Russia also kind of egged it on and brought it upon themselves.
No, they destroyed one of my scarabs. Oh, never mind. They're stupid. They're not moving it. So I have 2 scarabs, but no army to protect them. Yeah, but like,
Why do we have no army?
because I have 2 scarabs.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You could be accompanied by another army that isn't yours, my guy.
Okay, but like, there's some games that I do believe like DLC is fine, but I don't feel. I feel like EA just overprices them. You know?
Right. Well, I think this is like a $30 DLC for a completely new narrative that's about as big as the normal game. Now, I'm sure it's going to be using all the same assets and stuff, but it's a new narrative, but otherwise it's the same game. Like, it's going to be new missions, and all the gameplay is going to be different, but it's going to be the same game engine, the same game assets, and everything.
Speaking of
Same
which,
game story.
we're sponsored by Metro. You sound like you should be paid by them. You think if we send them this video, they'll sponsor it?
Probably.
Just
No,
say,
never
no, they
know.
probably won't. We talk very badly about some of their practices. Well, I do.
Hey, man, just put it how it is. That's all you can do, my guy.
Dude, I think I
Hopefully that's what they would want, an honest critique. And not
they
somebody who
don't.
just kicks their ass, you know?
Dude, why are you lying to yourself like that, dude? Come on, it's 20 something. I haven't gone outside in 7 years. So I don't know what day or year it is.
That's fine. That's fine.
Are iPods still a thing? I think that's what I'm gonna do in these podcasts. I'm just gonna pretend I'm not even from the same year.
Just every podcast, video 10 years in the future.
No, yeah, every episode, like, I'm gonna pretend like I'm 1 year before. So I'm gonna pretend right now it's 2017, but 20 episodes from now will be in 2000s.
Lovely. That's phenomenal. Yeah.
And then I will only talk about things from those generations. I'm moving my scarabs forward because I'm actually they're getting kind of beat. They destroyed my healers.
I have brought in, well, there were a lot more engineers than the one that has finally made it to you, but it is fine.
My engineers just got destroyed as well. Yeah, but like,
No, apparently I have 6 of them.
seeing as this seems like a good time since we have already like cut the conversation here. I think it's a good time just for me to like more or less at least explain to you and whoever's listening to this like what I actually plan to do with like this podcast and more or less what I intended to do in case it wasn't very clear right now. So my whole idea was that I want to play a bit of games, but I don't want to. I don't know how to record. I don't know how to edit videos. I don't know how to do any of that. So I'm just gonna start a podcast where I would basically just play games. I play with my friends. Honestly, I thought this would be VR chat, uh, or maybe like yeah, it's mostly VR chat. I don't have a lot of friends online, but really it was about to be D&D and like some games I plan to run with my cousins because I wanted to record at least I'm planning right now to try to run Call of Cthulhu. I've never ran the game. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, vaguely.
I think I sent you videos on it. I invited you to play, but like it doesn't seem like you want to.
I don't. Wait. What? I don't own the game. What do you mean?
It's a tabletop. What the fuck do you mean?
Is it not a normal game called Call of Cthulhu?
There is games from Call of Cthulhu, but I mean the tabletop, like D&D style.
Oh.
But yeah, so I plan to run a few games of those. And I wanted to record them, just I guess just for the shits and giggles of it, just to like put stuff out and see what I like and what I don't like. Also, I think it'd be a great way for me just to look back and try to see what I can do better as far as campaign running. And as far as this one's just for me to like, I guess to see if I can even be entertaining enough. Like as far as gameplay wise, I don't really care. It's really meant to be a podcast where you just like. That's why I don't even have the sound on the game. It's really just meant to be just the talks we have for like an hour or so, something you could put in the background. Because I've gotten into the habit of listening to podcasts. I listen to Four Hit Fables, which is from one of my favorite YouTubers called General Sam. So I'm just like, well, why not? I have nothing better to do, and I think my scarabs are gonna die. Run. Yeah, so like it's really just that, like me deciding whether this is a good idea or not, and but yeah, like, but so far it's been good. We've talked about like games, we talked about things we like, and I think I can do this. Like, I think this is fairly entertaining enough for me to be able to even upload it, As far as editing goes, I think it'd be a nice edit because it's really just gonna be uncut content, but it'd be like, for example, in that pause, I could put like little gag jokes and stuff like that on them,
Yeah.
It's really just that. And who knows? Maybe like, everybody's like very hopeful, like, oh, maybe this will work, but it's really that I enjoyed making videos. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, well, a few years ago, like 4 or 5, I had a YouTube channel where I would upload videos that were very cringeworthy because I still don't know how to edit, not even then. But I had fun doing it. It was very relaxing for me to do it.
Yeah.
I don't really need power since I have full everything. I can't make any more troops. How far away can I make a gateway?
Depends. Is it max level?
I think it's only 1 level, actually. It's only 1 level. What do you mean max?
Oh, I think I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah, I think I have to see the 2 points. Oh my god, I can make it across the map. Okay, so yeah, like, okay, now that I've cut the conversation again to talk about things, especially like this channel wise, why don't I guess for the fun of it, why don't you help me come up with a name for this? Because you said like, oh, am I gonna have like a name for this podcast? And I really hadn't thought of that. So having like talked about everything we talked about, like, what do you think would be one a good name for this general video, and an overall good name for a podcast, I guess? Because so far, like, I like it. It's not that bad.
You know, it's unfortunate because I've always been really bad at games, but just give me a wow thing like that.
Wow, we have a weird bout of silence. I think he's like, this is the moment you're starting to regret your decision. You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Did you not hear me?
Oh yeah, I heard you.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Okay. In the meantime, why don't you tell me what you think about Halo Wars as far as like gameplay and all of that, since I guess that's the game we're playing right now.
I mean, I enjoy it. It can be a little chill and intensive. Just depends. I mean, I don't like it. Like, I don't think people are gonna like watch it content personally because it's. I don't feel like people like to watch RTS. You know, just personally, it's my opinion on it.
Real-time strategy. I mean, to be fair, it's a podcast. It's not. They're not even meant to watch
I mean,
it.
it's just something to have on screen, but
Yeah, it's like, they don't have to watch it. It's not even about that. Okay, so I have a plan. And my plan has been disrupted. Okay, so my plan was you go in with like a grunt or something, and I'll put like a displacement and send my 3 scarabs over there, but I'm getting attacked, so I now have to do this. But yeah, like, but like, I mean, it's not really about watching. I mean, like, what do you think of the game itself? Because if I'm being honest, I don't think this game is very balanced at all.
I feel like it does take a degree of skill though.
Like, to me, it feels like the Covenant are like very weak compared to the UNC in this one.
I feel like they have individually structured troops though.
Yeah, they're very different and very chill. Can you set up a portal going, like...
No, I don't have portals.
Can you set up, like, can you send a minion over there so I can teleport my troops over there?
Over where? Pig?
That one, you were just looking at it. But, like, I mean, yeah, they have their own, like, specialties.
I have one over there already. What do you mean?
Perfect. I'm gonna set up a gateway there. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I have an entire army over there, guy.
Here.
Oh no, I was never looking over there. What do you mean?
Oh shit, should we help Yellow?
I am yellow.
Should I help you?
Yeah. No, I was looking at my own base because I've been getting attacked whenever you said that. So I was like, oh, you mean my other base? Sure. I'm about to lose a base though, speaking of that.
Bam! What's up? I feel like this was a terrible army I built, but it's fine. Yeah, like, I love the story, but I don't feel it's as good as Halo 1's. Like Halo Wars 1. I kind of like the story more in Halo Wars. Like the first one.
Right.
Wow, you don't have a comment on the story. Have you even played the story on this?
What do you mean?
Like on Halo
No,
Wars 2,
no.
have you played the campaign?
No. I said no. Yeah.
You haven't played the campaign?
No.
I recommend it. Like, you should play it, but on your own. Because I've already played it and I'm losing super units. I think it's now Orange should attack. They already used everything they have on us currently. You know, like, the game is... The campaign is good. You know, it's not that bad. I think you've seen the cutscenes. The cutscenes look amazing.
I've seen some of them, yeah.
And it's already, like, straightforward and very interesting, to be fair. But you basically, right now, you have no idea what we're fighting in these maps, or do you?
No.
Oh my god. Well, short and sweet. Well, I can't spoil it too much because I really want you just to play it. But yeah, like, have you ever tried to to do videos and stuff like that or no?
No, I don't think I would be able to hold myself up to the right level of standard. I'd
I
want
mean,
it to be perfect, and it never would be.
What do you mean standard though? Like, it's
Like,
really not
if I'm doing something, it needs to be perfect, or not at all.
I mean, that kind of sounds very backwards, I guess. Like, because nothing's ever gonna be perfect.
No, but if it's something that I'm putting out to the public for everybody to see, I feel like I'd want it to be.
Like,
I'm very conscious on my own creations.
to me, it's really just do it first and then try to figure it out as you go. You know, like.
Right.
You know, try to figure out as I go, and that's gonna be the mentality on this. Hopefully, I'll try to get things like sorted out as I go along, but like, it really is very hard to make any promises on this. To be fair, I'm not even sure I'm gonna make a second one of these. But at least for now, I can say I've done one.
Currently done recording then?
Huh?
So are you currently done recording then?
No, I think this is where it's gonna end. But yeah, like, it's just that, like, I really just wanted to state that, like, on record, that it's like, I'm really just gonna try this out, see how it goes, see if I enjoy recording and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm still gonna post this. I really don't care what type of reaction I get, or like, if it's even good or not. I'm just gonna post it, and if I like doing it, I'm gonna keep posting it even if it's bad. I really don't care about that.
Right.
But yeah, like, I was hoping like you would at least give me a suggestion for a name, but it seems we've run out of time.
Iris Gaming. There you go. There's your name.
But I'm not Irish.
No, not Irish. Iris. As in the flower.
By the Goo Goo Dolls?
What? No, as in the flower.
You never heard that?
Because no, I have not. But no, Iris, because it's blue and it's relaxing, and this is, you're blue. This is a chill stream. Well, podcast rather.
I feel that's gonna go over people's heads.
Hey, I never said that it was common sense, okay?
I never said it was even common sense, to be fair. Like,
either way. You
By the
asked
way,
a suggestion, I provided one.
are you even building an army?
I have max troops right now. So that's a
Okay.
negative.
Send your troops to attack that blue base in the middle. I'm sending mine there.
That is unwise. My troops have been solely made to support you. By themselves, they would die. As they're mostly engineers.
Okay,
And
so all my
red
troops
base-
just
they're
died.
engineers and wraiths, as you see.
I don't want to attack to the middle because other armies are there, so let's take this teleport and attack from the other side. But I guess since this is about to become a very tactical stream, I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you so much for listening. Why you decided to listen to this, I'm not really sure. You can type it in the comments. Yeah, share with everybody who
Majority of my people just died.
Share with everybody on who bothered to look at the comments here. Why you made the bad decision to listen to me? Like really, you gain nothing from this. Granted, you probably left dumber than when you got here. To be fair, like come on, man.
I have that effect on people. They can laugh at our idiocy. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, they can laugh at our very bad, like...
In the name of our God, Todd Howard,
critique.
it works. It just works.
It's
There's
just,
your title. There's your title for the video.
but
just
Todd
works.
Howard is not my god.
It just
Gaben.
works. It just works.
I believe in the almighty TF2.
How dare you? Heresy.
You dude, heresy. Dude,
Yeah,
Gaben.
there's you another name. There's another title. Heresy. There you go. Heresy.
I might consider heresy, but it sounds pretty stupid.
I mean, no. What you gotta do is you need to go find a meme of like a knight dressed in these really stupid outfit, you know, and just have him holding up like a crucifix with the white bold letters heresy. That's all you need, my guy. Just give it a real stupid like meme like profile picture or thumbnail rather. There you go. Problem solved. It's that easy. Do you have any superheroes left? Oh, you do. Good.
Yes, my scarabs are still alive. But having said that, once again, leave in the comments why you even bothered seeing this. See you next time.